Hey,
All right, nice. Yeah, so we're all in.
yup.
Wait, is D Nick coming in?
Nah, he's been MIA lately. It's his birthday, so
Oh, that's what I was thinking. His mic wasn't working.
yeah,
Yeah, it's his birthday.
yeah.
All right.
Hey Noel, try restarting your browser. It wasn't working for me at first.
Okay. So who wants to start it off? How do you guys want to start it off?
Um,
Wait until Noel gets back in.
yeah, exactly.
Does this time work better for everybody else than
Um,
4 o'clock or whatever?
I'm flexible. So,
Yeah,
Works for me.
it works for
yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I feel like this works best for me. I just feel like most of the time by like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I'm always out or running around or something. So this way, it's
yeah.
kind of before all that starts up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh, it's kind of tricky for the most part getting people like on the same like time, but
Yeah.
seems like we're able to do it, so it's all good. Okay, so I guess Noel's back in.
Hello?
Oh, okay, yeah, his mic's working.
Yeah, I
Hey,
can't see
Noel.
nobody. I can't hear anybody.
Oh, can you hear us? Wait. Oh, this is awkward. Noel. Wait. Okay. You know what? Let's just start it off, and then hey, so Rashawn.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now?
who wants to start off?
Hey, yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
All right, cool, cool, cool.
All
Cool,
right.
cool,
Okay.
cool.
All right. So what have you guys been working on this week?
Let's see. I've been finishing up on Living the Gray. Later today, I'm gonna try to do some quick work on the month old How to Not app because I haven't done anything on that as of late. So I'm gonna try to just apply some stuff. But still have to make a discussion on um for the How to Not app. What images are we gonna get? Because I'm just wondering. I don't know. Snipes wants to take it from like the Instagram of somebody, but we need to do a token setup for that.
Hey Noel,
So it just, yeah.
I'm gonna throw a suggestion in
Yeah,
there.
can
So,
you
are
hear
you gonna
me?
put up new releases in that app?
I don't know. I think we just want to do like just pictures, just
Yeah,
images.
because like Foot Locker has this API. It's pretty much their release calendar. It has all of the photos, descriptions, and names for the newly released shoes. So like, yeah, it's
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do because I was like, I didn't want to go through all the nonsense with Instagram because with
yeah,
Instagram, I gotta ask Ivan for his like his password and OAuth and get his token. And I don't know if he wants to do that, so I was just gonna search for like any API that just has images of shoes, and I know like Nike possibly has one of the deepest ones,
I can
but
pass one off to
like
you.
no, the thing is, yeah, appreciate that. The thing is, I just like I'm a person. I'm slightly a sneakerhead, but I'm not a J head because like I went to
Mhm.
the sneaker conference and all I saw were J's and kind of turned me off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like to see like Asics, Sauconys, all different types of sneaks because I think they all fresh. But like
I
if
agree
it's
with you.
just like Nike or like J groupies and shit like that, Jordan groupies, like I don't know, like I don't see no creativity in that. But yeah, I would like. I'll probably hit you up and ask for that Nike API. But I
Yeah, I'm
want to
still looking
like
for
see
that.
if there's. I would like to look for like an API if it's possible, or like at the worst case scenario or like the easy case scenario, just build an API. Like just grab a lot of good quality images and just build an API like that. Just grab like I don't care. I'll do the manual work and just like build the API, have some information on it, get the correct information on each individual sneaker, and we can just start off like small, like maybe 25 sneakers or something like that. That's workable and manageable for me, and then I'll go from there if there's no like actual API built out like that already.
Yeah, for my system, for CloudBot, I have
Hmm.
like a release panel, and what I do is I have a cron job running like every X minutes, like maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes some days, and it will like pull the Foot Locker, Eastbay, all those API endpoints. I'm trying to find a Nike endpoint, and then it pretty much like adds those releases to my database. So like that's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm sure you could pull off something similar to that. So I can certainly pass
Well,
off some of the API endpoints to you.
wait, whoa! I think you guys are way overthinking it. So I'm putting a link in there in the dev channel right now, and one of the things that I challenge all of you to do is the best programming language you could ever have is some really good Google food. So I looked up Google and saying how can you read someone else's images, and voila, there you have it. So you don't need to talk to Ivan to get his credentials or login or anything like that. You just find out what the person's user ID is, which is Sneaker Shouts, and then there's your images.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it
So
right
you're
now.
pulling off Ivan's feed and posting those shoes into there? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But I'm looking at the API right here, and it says I knew I was looking at it. It says get user ID. Let's see. Just for the user ID, it's access token. Yeah. See, recent media recent, which is one of the responses. Get. I still need an access token for that, Snugs.
Right. So I mean, you need an access token to connect to anything. It doesn't matter where
Oh,
the API is.
oh, so I could build out. I can make a request for my own access token. I didn't have to get it from the user itself.
No, the access token is yours.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be in
awesome.
your setting.
No, because I assume like the access token has to be like basically the owner of whose ever media that you're grabbing it from. All right, cool. All right, that makes more sense. All right.
So the process is you just have to authenticate with the Instagram API. You have to send it like some sub URL with I don't know. I think you could just log into an account and get an access token from off of this site, the developer site, and then you just use
Yeah.
that to just make requests, and you just append your access token to the end of the URL.
All right, I gotta check if my access, like my token, is still does it
Noel,
expire? Because I got one on Instagram already. What's up?
receiving an access token, you have to direct the user to an authorization URL. So it's like OAuth 2.0.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
All right.
Nice.
Effective
Just run through that
authentication.
OAuth 2.0 and you're good. So.
No, that's what's up.
Hey Lizzie,
Uh,
how's Robin's project going on?
Good. I've been in touch with her on and off because she has, she has a few things, but I think right now, basically, she has a lot of things, but they're kind of older paintings and older stuff that she doesn't really want to put on there right now. So I'm going to be getting in touch with her to kind of, even if she doesn't have, so she has three portions of it where, she's going to change it as a season change or whatever kind of genre she's in right now. Like she has autumn freestyle sketches and like a t-shirt line that she's working on. And basically, like, she wants to put only a handful of paintings in the autumn one, a handful of sketches in freestyle, but she doesn't have a lot of information to actually put in there. So I'm just going to talk to her and kind of get her to the point where, which it's basically almost at that. I just want to play around with the sizing of things, but basically get her to the point where she can know how to just go, when she does do a sketch or something, she knows how to just go in, put it in the right spot, and then go from there. And then if she needs anything additional later, because I think it's pretty low-key and basic right now, So she said she's not in so much of a rush with it, only because she doesn't have a lot of information in it, but she still obviously is happy that we're helping her out with it. But from there, it's basically, I didn't really do much on it this past week, but like I said, I kind of have to just I'm going to give her a call sometime early this week and get on the same page with exactly what she's looking for again. Because originally I thought she had more sketches or something like that, but which is fine if she doesn't, because I know it's going to be a constantly changing and growing thing, but I just want to get her to the point where I can show her how to really use it and upload her own sketches and things like that, like the easy way for her. But that's basically where I'm at with that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So, what else has been going on, guys?
Yo, I got a question real quick. I'm looking at the yams.com, and what's up with it? Because I see a different design. Who's been working on this?
Yeah, they actually, well, that was the whole point. They wanted to get the splash page up because the designer that they had to work on it wasn't going to be able to work on it for like a month or two.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
So we're officially off of that project, correct?
Yes. Yes,
Correct.
well done.
Alright.
Okay. What else? So Block and Flow. That.
Yeah, Block and Flow, that's good. There's some, we're just wrapping up the web design related stuff for Block and Flow. We did the mobile app probably the past week or two or so, and finishing up the desktop app this week. I've actually been pairing with Stefan, the owner of the project, a lot for it. And there's not too much to do. I might link up with Lizzie to go over a couple of things, but there's really not too much more to do with that there. I'd say probably by Friday, maybe like 6 hours worth of time into it. That project will be done, and then the web work will be off for probably about, I'd say, a month or so.
Okay. All right. And then there's the Sneaker Addict. Are you still helping them out with the podcast?
Yeah, I want to see. I gotta link up with Demonte, but we actually need to. We have all of the podcasts that we need. We actually need to figure out how to set up a podcast for iTunes, and figure out where we're using this free host. It's okay. It's a little bit slow, but trying to figure out another solution for free or almost free, at least something fairly nominal that we can host the files at for the podcast. So I just don't know. I just don't know yet where that's going to go.
Okay.
Sean.
Yeah.
So let me jump in real quick. So I've been using the Block and Flow app lately, and I've noticed a little glitch. Like when I start a block, it counts down by 2 seconds.
What do you mean? Oh, really?
Yeah, I noticed that. So.
Oh, okay. So.
Hey, I'm sorry. The Block and Flow app is back up because mine is out of date or it's expired.
Just go to the iTunes store, dude.
Yeah, just go to App Store.
So like right now,
Cool.
let me start a block. So I'm starting a block. It goes like 24:58, 24:57, 24:55. So
Really?
it counts down by like 1 to 2 seconds. Like not always like consistent. It's weird.
Really? Can you send a message to Stefan at blockandflowapp.com? STEFAN. Yeah, tell him that I told you to hit you up about that. If you could send that, that'd be pretty cool.
So did you is this a web app or like?
No, it's an iOS application.
I mean like, what did you design the interface in? Like, is it like sitting behind HTML or?
It's just design in Sketch.
Oh.
Yeah, there's an artboard in it, very similar to Sketch.
On that, since somebody let me jump in that deep end, yeah, it's actually similar to HTML. If you get into the source code through the storyboard, it is HTML to itself.
These like a lot of apps these days, they're kind of going to like web views and stuff like that's like Twitter's like, you know.
No, I'm talking about the iOS itself. The iOS, it is HTML.
Oh, what? Really? The whole interface?
Yeah, the
Wait,
storyboard. Yeah, it's
wait
built
a
with
minute. But it's
HTML.
that's not HTML. You can't write HTML code in the storyboard.
You want me to show you you want me to give you a little image?
You can write. Wait a
Uh,
minute. I've never
one,
seen HTML in a storyboard on an Xcode.
second. No, you gotta go to the source code. When you go to the source code, it's HTML, bro.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
that's XML.
Yeah, XML.
no, it is HTML. I read it. I read it. I was like, holy cow, this is HTML. Give me 1 second. I'll give you a little snippet. Oh, why did I go here? I should have just went to Sublime. Let's see, where is it? Because when you go into the base, it's XML. It is actually XML, but you could read it as it looks basically in HTML format, but it's XML. Honestly, actually, you're correct. But let's see. Yeah, it's not really that much different from it, but everything in itself is readable. It's IDs, yada yada yada. Do you guys still want a little snippet of how it looks?
Yeah, why not?
What happened? Why
Yeah,
not?
why
All right,
not?
cool, cool. All right, so it's very easy if you understand it. So you would have like titles for your storyboards. So I'll
Are
give
you sharing
you.
your screen?
Oh, let me share my screen. Yeah, that's a better idea. I'm sorry about that. What is this? All right, can you guys see my screen?
I'm like presenting it to everyone. No, we can't see it.
You can't. What happened? You can't.
Nah.
No.
All right, send me an
Um,
email.
um,
Oh, there we go.
am I? Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. You title your storyboard. So one of my storyboards is profiles. That's the name of it. So within profiles, you would basically be able to see like the storyboard identifier itself. I titled it profile controller, and that's also the name of the controller itself, like profile controller dot swift. It's simple that way when you want to just like apply certain things within the controller itself to just point to an identifier. You can name it whatever you want, and this is just basically the name of the storyboard profiles, and then it goes into layout specifics. Like this is the top of the layout, like in your iTunes, like in your iPhone, like the top area where the header would be, like where the battery indicators and stuff like that. And the bottom, I forgot what the bottom is. I haven't played around with it, but this area right here is your layout for that guide and stuff like that. And then I had a wonderful time trying to bug out something, and when I realized it, I got into where is it? It was in here because what happened was it was two copies of a section or a view that was in two places. So it was in this storyboard, multiple. And what happened was it was like two sections where I had like a view of something, and it just doubled because I messed up in my git merge or my git push pull, and I didn't correctly rebase it. So when it was finished, it had multiples of itself inside of the storyboard. Do you guys understand that?
I have no clue.
All right, so I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean by that. So what I just showed you, the code is exactly if this can show correctly. This is actually showing you all of these individual storyboards. So you saw like the one that I just showed you that said profiles. This is exactly the code for this, right? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see that. I apologize. I don't have it on one window. Apologize about that. Give me 1 second. Apologize. So the code that I just showed you, it's representative of this one storyboard when I said profiles. So this is right here to your, if you see my mouse,
Yeah.
this
We
right
actually
here
can't
would
see
be
your
like your
screen.
storyboard. What happened?
We actually can't see your screen.
You can't?
Noel,
I'm
I mean,
sharing.
Jonathan, reload your page.
Reload it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, you can see it.
All right, I'm sorry. So the code that I just showed you, the source code, is actually representative of this one storyboard. You know, profile right here. So the error that I was trying to explain was that imagine this little object right here. It's inside of a view. It's a like just an image of object itself. So imagine that this image object is inside that code. It's in a bracket inside the code, and imagine it was like a double. So there was a duplicate. So that's what happened when I was doing a git. I duplicated it, whatever, I forgot what I was doing, probably just moved the order of it because within the code this object would be after back or whatever view that is in. So I probably just moved it up or something, whatever. So because I didn't merge it correctly, it just said within that code it was a duplicate of itself and there was too many IDs, blah 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 blah. Does that make better sense?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So for anybody that's new, that's very important. Like you'll get errors in Xcode sometimes, and you will not be like, "What the fuck? Like, what happened? Where's this coming from?" Um, First thing to always do is try to check out your storyboards. Make sure certain connections are correct. Like, look here, you'll see like this thing right here. Do you see this? This
Mhm.
is an error. This would break if I was to actually run it. This would break because there's no connection for this. This what is that? Select profile? There's no connection for that button actually, so I'd have to delete that so it could
So
run
what app are you
correctly. I'm
making?
not gonna. What app am I doing it for?
Yes.
This is a app for Live in the Gray. Actually, it's a project at work that I'm trying to learn enough so I could do the Hot and Not app a whole lot faster than I'm doing this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Hot or Not app is a whole lot simpler. Let me show it to you because these are multiple boards. I'll just zoom out for you. So
So a
they have
storyboard pretty
different.
much like is that showing like the transitions of your app? Like how does that work?
Yeah, it shows you transitions of your app. I'll, I hope my shit is running. Actually, I don't think so. But like, if you're supposed to run a simulator, like to just see how the workflow of it, this would be the first page right here that you see. And then the process of whatever you have, whatever you're trying to go through your work. So it'll be sign in, you input the email, you submit, and all of this stuff is backed by your controller. So it's a pure MVP.
Okay.
Um, like it's a model view controller, and this part right here would be the view, and the controllers are all here, right
Yeah, it's
here.
MVC.
MVC?
Yeah, model view controller. MVP is minimum viable product
I'm sorry.
or most valuable player.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Thanks, Snugs. I had a long night. Um, so yeah, this is an MVC, pure MVC. So right here, storyboards and stuff like that. You go through this. Just as a notification, I did get back to writing and getting into the How to Not app. I'm trying to see if I can finish that by next weekend. Um, because the only thing that's holding it up is just images. So I'm just gonna work on an API. That should be simple enough. The How to Not app in itself, it's just one. If I could show it. Yeah. And also with that, I'm learning how to use CocoaPods. So, Snugs, you know how you had to put in Swifty JSON into the project itself?
Yeah, I tried to do it with CocoaPods. It was too convoluted. It was just Swift JSON is just one file of code, and I just usually just drag
Oh.
it and drop it in the project.
No, it's actually simple. I just have you have to import it. You have to import it into your file, and I have to do it correctly because after you have your CocoaPods, you have to open it as a workspace and not a project. So right now that's a project. This is a workspace, and you see this right here should be. Do you see that? Do you guys see that? No, you guys don't see that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just be careful with the CocoaPods, especially for something like Swifty, because it's only one file. Like
Yeah, yeah.
CocoaPods is more in the Xcode and mobile development. CocoaPods is synonymous with like a plugin. Like think if you have Photoshop, then there's like a Photoshop plugin that you can put into it. But it's like CocoaPods make you have to change the way that you're developing your application, even if you add just one of them. So maybe there's lots of different CocoaPods that are out there, but the one that we use, Swifty, that one's just a single file, so you can install it using CocoaPods, which is kind of difficult. At least I couldn't figure it out, and it's just
It was running fine. I was just trying to figure out where to import it. That was the only thing.
oh
Because
yeah.
this right here is, yeah. I'll get into it. I don't know what's the error right now, but
What
it was
is
running
that?
fine. What?
There's so much code.
Bro, right now, I don't. I wish I could understand what I'm showing you because everything was clean a minute ago. But yeah,
And that's not
let
even
me close
Swift.
that.
I'd probably delete all of that stuff.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So this is just like this is the how to not app. So currently this is how I have it set up, and it's just going to be a swipe action, and built into this image. No, you guys don't see that either. I'm keep on forgetting. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. So hopefully you guys see that. So like I said, this is going to be real simple because it's just going to be one storyboard, and within this image view right here, it's just going to be hitting the endpoint of Sneaker Shout's images. So we're just going to keep on doing a hit onto like random or just whatever ordered images he has available. So this is the only thing, and that's the only control. That's the only thing. So this is the controller for it currently right now. So what I was gonna do if I had, it would have been like import Swifty. Yeah, it would have been Swifty JSON, just like that. That makes sense.
So are you using a
Would
Node
have been just
API
like that.
behind the scenes?
Um, the only API I'm gonna be using currently is probably just gonna be in Instagram, just for the images, and then I think I need to know S3 to store, but that's going to be later down. The MVP just supposed to be able to swipe left or right and pop up a modal like a flame or a X like you don't like and stuff like that. That's the only things that need to be worked out currently.
So the Xcode simulator, or the Xcode, all Xcode interfaces, are they built off like HTML?
The interface,
Yes.
HTML, the storyboards are built off of XML, like I showed you. I thought it was HTML because it read
yeah.
like HTML, but it's XML, so it's not that far off. But I understood it immediately as soon as I looked at it. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, and I realized like where my error was, and I just like said, F it. I just copy and paste one of my previous working files of that XML page. So that's how I got my issue to go away. But yeah, like the XML looks very clean. Like you'll read it, you'll be able to understand what sets and all of it. Honestly, it's built on the order of your objects. So you go on to the storyboard, you look at your main controller or whatever you titled it, right? So in here, it'll be like an object for this. Let me show you. Let me zip in. An object for this will be at the top, and the next thing will be the sheet title, and the next the image, and the next thing will be the what is this text box, a text view. So it goes by itself. It goes by the title of the object. So this would be an image view. This would be label. This would be a image view. This would be a text view, and this would be an image view, and it'll be in that order. So if I open it up for you right here, you go to where is it? Open that source code. Boom. This is how it looks.
There's like a screen like.
Just to be clear, you don't have to write any of that stuff.
Yeah.
No. You
generated,
do
right?
not have to write it. So you see this, it has a sub view, right? And you said the first thing, you remember the first thing I said was an image view? Image view. and then the label, and then another image view, and then the text view, and the image
So
view
is
at the
that
bottom.
generated? Is
Yeah,
that
that is
generated through drag and
generated.
drop?
Yes, it is. And
It's
then at
awesome.
the bottom, and just to show you, at the bottom of all of this is your constraints. So this whole thing has constraints built in on it. So if you look at it, but if you built in constraints that have to be here, let's see, add constraints. Yeah, I'll add the constraints. Fuck it, I'll do it live.
No, no, don't do that.
Nah.
Hell no, don't do that, man. That'd be hijacking the conversation.
All right. I'm sorry. All right, that's me. I'm done. I'm done. So yeah, this is stuff that I've been working on. Yes, Snugs, I learned my lesson. The buttons are looking up for the other object, for the other project, for Living the Gray. It's just I gotta pass. I gotta pass it to the next view.
Okay, great.
So
Yeah,
I think
we want to wrap that up ASAP for sure because we're kind of like spinning our wheels in that regard. But
um
it should be real
yes, at this
simple.
point
Like,
right now.
what'd you
Is that
say?
is at this point right now? This is what I have. I was being really sloppy with it, but I have it as individual. The buttons, I have them coming in like this. So like self, blah 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 blah. Each one of these buttons, and this is how you grab the text off of a button. It's like title label text dot title label dot text. It was the same thing with the collection. I just couldn't get the collection to view. That was my whole big issue. I just couldn't have it view. And then I just have this set for the button. It's like if answer one, which is the button, the UI button. If it's selected, then blah 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 blah. You can read it later. I think I put it in a poll. I think I put this in a poll, so you can read it if you want. So yeah, just give me some pointers or whatever, just comments and stuff like that. That is me. I am done.
Looks good, bro. Good work.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, man, great work.
I like it a lot.
Uh,
Are we
trust me.
still? We're still not like set on Shuzu, right? As the name of that.
I don't. That's above my pay grade, homie.
Yeah, I was talking to Rashawn.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's something to probably talk on the Founders channel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll throw that back in there. All right. So what else? Is that pretty much it?
That's Living in Gray. Jonathan, you want to update on Kitten's play?
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. So Rashawn, Edgar, and myself, we're finally in LLC, and so I'm like working on paperwork and stuff like that. So I just got Edgar off. He sent me an email. He wants to go ahead and get the domain name. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Kittens Play. It's basically it's a toy for cats, but it's a really 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 dope toy for cats that Edgar engineered and came up with. So like he's still working on the prototype at the time. Should be coming out with that soon. Let's see if I can go more in depth with this. I can give you a description, kind of like how it works, but I mean I don't want to say too much because Edgar would probably not like that.
Well, so if you give him maybe a couple of sentences, like what problem it solves and what it is.
What it solves is, you know how cats have like an extreme amount of energy, and they usually like to scratch your shit up, destroy your things. That it solves like that problem for the most part, and it keeps them occupied to the maximum. No other toy will do what this will accomplish. That's basically it. Your cats, and it's gonna go into other stuff after. But for the most part, right now, I mean, your cat is gonna be so occupied that it's not gonna want to do anything else. It's just gonna play with that thing, just knock out after. Just go straight take a nap. Basically it.
So where are we coming into play with this project?
Well, it's gonna need some web work for sure. At least just a splash page or something like that.
Okay.
Uh, and that might be something that probably have a couple of you go on. Like Lizzie, you might actually work on that a little bit, and that's pretty much it. It probably at maximum is just gonna need a single page website with the checkout process. That's it.
Yeah, so we can use some e-commerce like Magento, something
Yeah,
that works.
yeah, it's really that simple. Because there's
Yeah.
still a couple of more phases. You have to talk to manufacturing and also distribution too. And talk to a couple of so we'll probably have to put it in some PetSmarts and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it just by the way, it's really really tight, and
Alright.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty excited about it too.
it has a motion detector sensor on it too, so it only goes on when the cat moves around it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like it's a really really tight project.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, it's like I said, I can't go too much in depth with it right for now, but like as soon as like everything's finished, like the prototype, and really more so talk about it afterwards. That's pretty much it.
Um,
Um,
so how's is that? Was that everything uh, for Kitten's Way?
yeah, I mean, like, other than me file, like, going through, like, paperwork and stuff,
Right.
yeah, that's
So
pretty much it.
yeah. So lastly, there's Sneaker Shouts. There's Sneaker Shouts, which actually is what Ivan and Chris is actually helping out a little bit as far as with Squarespace. And how to actually programmatically do some work in Squarespace because Ivan has a developer's account. Uh, we'll record that hangout. That'll be on tomorrow, and that'll be something that you'll probably want to take a look at, Lizzie, to be able to see like how to really get in some like some more advanced tips for how to
Okay.
use Squarespace and things like that. And I think that's the Sneaker Addict podcast. There's that, and um, Robert, it may be a little bit premature, but I don't know if you wanted to touch on the potential with RU Villa or not.
yeah. So have any of you guys heard of Revilla? Are you aware of them?
Oh, it's Rue Villa. That's what it is.
Yeah. Um, anybody know like
No,
I've
no.
heard the name, but I'm not
Maybe
sure.
maybe throw the link inside of the Dev channel.
Yeah.
yeah. What's going on my computer? I'm sharing my screen, but okay.
Oh, I already like them Tims right there. That shit looks tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the dev channel. So Revilla is a website for apparel, clothing, like shoes, like you name it. Like they have hundreds of stores worldwide across the globe. And so a buddy of mine, there was Revilla does something called refreshes. Like every few months, they re-release a pair of sold-out shoes. Like they will be up for grabs for retail. And so a buddy of mine, he was somehow he got they were the Jordan 1 Chicago's. He got them in cart early, and he like a week early, and he ordered them and checked out. So then like a day or two later, he got an email from like the PR or marketing or something like questioning him on like how he ordered those early. So then he got in contact with him. He lives in Philadelphia, which is where their main store is. So he went up to the store. He went up to Revilla and met everybody there. He met all the developers and everything. So pretty much he tried to help them fix it. He was showing them how he got into their system, but he couldn't really fix. He's not really a programmer. So I've been talking to him a lot lately, and he's literally getting an internship there next summer, and like everything's going smooth at that. So like they need their developers are really really crappy up there. They can't really fit their needs, so they're looking for a group of developers to work on their back end to secure it from carting early. So pretty much, I was talking to the guy, and he's gonna get me in contact with their PR or marketing sometime soon, probably this weekend, and we're gonna get in a call with them and see what we can do for them. Probably bring them into SneakyHead eventually. We're
Oh,
talking
that's
about the
cool.
owner. Yeah, the owner of SneakyHead, so it's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's really ill. I actually like the way their page looks though.
Yeah, they are a pretty big company, and like the thing we're talking about, Rashawn and I, is so since we're gonna have access to all of this stuff, we will literally know all of their inventory if we do this. Like, so like I don't know, maybe we can make it so like we can cart the shoes early and check out early, like. So like it's really like a win-win situation because this is pretty crazy.
All
We're
right.
really we're really going far in the sneakyhead group, so I'm happy. As long as
Yeah.
we're making a little progress every day, you know.
Yeah,
So,
like Robert, like when we had started talking about before everybody else got on the call, the other companies that were gonna be coming in, like Flight Club and
Mashable too. It's pretty cool.
yeah, that's real tight.
So where'd Rashawn go?
Um,
He signed off.
no, he's in there.
He is.
Yeah.
So lastly, there's
Oh,
some,
I didn't see him.
there's a Nike project that we got some feedback. They will actually be probably contacting us within the next couple of weeks, and that will we got to remember that project's actually not supposed to have completion until the end of the winter rolls about, early spring. So it's not quite on ice. It's thawing out a little bit, but just a little quick update there because that's definitely on the radar for releasing those SBs. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is about 10 different concerns that we have. So this is actually pretty good. Nothing's really slipping through the cracks, and I was wondering that. It's been about a few weeks and nothing's really slipping through the cracks. So that's a good thing. We always have to be conscious of the projects that are that are sunsetting and the ones that are on the horizon, so we can sort of continuously keep going forward and eating and stuff like that. Um, let's see here. It's it would be good to know, like, probably in the beginnings of the week. You don't have to like pass each other's schedules and stuff like that, but really to know early in the week sort of what we want to accomplish by the end of the week, or at least over the next couple of weeks. Um, and I guess with all of those different concerns, like each person sort of has their own projects that they're working on and stuff. What would be you all's I don't know, most important action that you want to accomplish over the next week or 2 weeks between now and the next time that we call, sort of to move the project forward?
I'm thinking that
The ones that we're all working on.
I really want to move forward with the API. We're making some progress lately, so we should continue on
Yeah.
that.
Well, if we were to really specify and make like a North Star for our own individual North Star for what we want to go on, it's like, because if we think about that, all we're going to do is just keep working on the API and really
Oh,
not have like a trajectory.
I got it. Like you mean personal?
Yeah, personal, and towards the project. Whatever defines success for the project over the next couple of weeks. Because I mean, no project ever really is done per se. It's just really
Right.
what do you need to really get done to move the thing forward over the next couple of weeks, and then that's pretty much it. So
On
nothing
my
really
end,
overbearing.
I'm planning on getting my interfaces on for my product this week for the it's communicating with the SneakyHead API. I also plan on getting in touch with the owner of Revilla. Rashawn, we can touch on that together because I think we got to approach this like in a good way. Just got to think it through because there's a lot of stuff we can be eating off from Revilla. So hopefully
Excellent.
we'll
And as
get
far as
together.
with the API, I'd like to get at least um, get Supreme and Nike situated with the API to at least be able to complete and check out make requests because I want to at least get Nike in a good state within the next couple of weeks because then Black Friday rolls around and the holidays start rolling around after that.
Yeah, these are like all right, like November through December, like through November through December are the hottest releases of the month. This is where the most money is made. I'm just throwing that out there. So like, I'm literally going to be done with my product completely on Tuesday. So whatever we have, I'd be happy to integrate with. But yeah, like this is the time to make money, bro. So
Yeah.
every year, the
Oh
Christmas
yeah.
man, I'm
Y'all
telling you.
gonna be cooking. Y'all gonna be cooking, especially through Black Friday all the way through December.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have one more thing to add to that. So I'm around 4:30 probably. I'm gonna see if I can get in the call with that guy that used to work in Supreme. I told him we have a really good system, but he says he wants to see proof of that, Rashawn. I don't really think we can show him anything. What do you think?
Well, it all depends. Maybe we want to set the call up for next week and have a more thorough system and such, or if we, because it's really a bunch of components that work. We might want to see a completed system, but
I agree with you.
there's that. If he can schedule something for him for maybe later on in the week or the upcoming weekend, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me when you want to do that, so I can either do an Uber conference or hang out.
Yeah, I have to talk to him. I mean, as long as we're getting the early links, we're good. So, I mean, that could just be me giving him an accountant's bot and running it for him and carting the shoes, and he believes me. I'll have to see what he's down for. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Because he doesn't really care about he doesn't care about the labor pains. He just wants a baby.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know the ins and outs of this, like how we're doing it, what we're doing. Like, he just needs to know that we can cart the shoes and we can hook him up with a few pairs. And then he'll be cool with this.
Yep, that sounds good. All right. Moving forward, Lizzie, do you want to state what's going on in your life as far as like what your MIA is, what you want to do to completions?
Well, I guess technically the block and flow that you and I are going to go over, that'll be for today, so that we have that for Stefan. But I basically just want to touch base with Robin, get her squared away, have that kind of at least be get her website to the base idea of what she wants and kind of walk her through on how to get her to be able to add the stuff as she goes, because who knows when she'll do a sketch or when she'll, have a painting or want to change it or blog posts, things like that. So just pretty much getting it formatted the way she wants as like a base format and get her on the same page with knowing how to do it herself until she has, gets to the point where she's like, I would like to add or change the format of it more rather than just adding information. So basically that's where I am with that.
Awesome, and definitely don't hesitate to ever nudge a client in the right directions. So that's not a bad thing. Always I'd say always kill them with kindness, but definitely always want to keep nudging a client forward, or else they'll still stick their feet in the mud.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we got to, and that was kind of with the both of us, only because there wasn't much stuff, and then she's not really in a rush either, but I am going to kind of really get it down, nailed down to at least a point where she can, put it online and people can see it and at least have some sort of base point for her to then evolve as she evolves with her art or with her sketches or, the t-shirt line or something. But
yeah, usually when people say that they're not in a rush, it could quite possibly be they're being presented with too many suggestions. Usually you want to try like at any given point, like either imagine if you're going through like a game and the end goal is to have the project finished, and it's like they're always putting the client in the situation where it's like you can either choose left or right, and then you can choose left or right, and that's pretty much it. But you got to go somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I need to do. I just kind of have to get it to. I know exactly what you're saying. Give her suggestion. I'm going to give her some suggestions, talk it out with her, and then kind of really just nail it down and get it done, because I think it's sometimes better when you have a deadline rather than when you don't.
Oh yeah, deadlines are good things. And we have to also be cautious too. I mean, we all get paid good money when we do have projects to eat off of, but we have to be conscious of our own time too, which is very important. I mean, of course there's still learning that goes on, and there'll always be learning, but you have to really have like a cost-risk analysis, and is saying, well, it could take me 8 hours to do this one thing. It could probably take my future self 2 hours to do this thing, and then that's like an investment of 6 hours into your own education. However, that thins out the amount of money that you make for a particular amount of time, because a client would expect, oh, well, I know they can do it in 2 hours. So I've done that many times where I know that something should take me around in a couple of hours, but I don't know how to do it yet. So what I'll do is I'll just ramp myself up, and however long it really takes to ramp myself up, and then so I can nail out those 2 hours. But it's that ramp up time that kind of just winds up like being like the never ending story, and I mean I'm guilty of it myself. And it's like it's not that that's a bad thing, because at the end of the day, you can stretch that out ad nauseum to you're getting paid a penny an hour. You can still get, I mean, you still get paid per for learning, but we have to be cautious, because not really for the client, because that's secondary, but primary is our own time, because it's like when you're doing something that you enjoy, that you love to hate, it's like time just starts slipping and slipping and slipping, and then you don't want to get it. So I mean, we're not in no shape with any of our projects where the client's like, well, why is this taking so long and all this stuff. But really, we should always ask ourselves those things too, because we want to. We want to, as we keep getting better and better, just start like nailing out projects. Like we want people to actually say, like, I give them something to do and it's just done. Does everybody get that?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Noel, what about yourself?
Think more. Finished up on Living the Grade near the beginning of the week, and then I don't think it'll take that long to finish the How to Not app. Just take some time to just apply the endpoints to the API, from the API to sneaker shouts, and be done with that. So that's probably going to take less work than Living the Grade, depending on what other business decisions need to require, because there's other things. But for Living the Gray, finished, be done with the multiple choice, and then I don't know what's the timetable on like their MVP or what time they want their MVP to be done, but also have it structured under organizations and what else? OAuth. I don't know what type of OAuth, like pseudo OAuth system that we want. It'd probably just be a check off of the email against the organization, but try to have all that done by the end of the week. That's a lot. Actually, that's a lot to chew off. I can't honestly say that. By the end of the week, try to begin the process of validation, email validation per organization. Did everybody hear me? Hello?
You're kind of like breaking up a little bit. It's kind of like, I don't know.
I heard
Hello?
you. I heard you.
You heard me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because it was kind of quiet. It didn't seem like anybody heard me or not.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Just try to finish most of the Living in Gray app and begin on the
Well,
authentication.
when is that project finishing up?
The boss, HNIC over there would know.
A month ago.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Why did it prolong so long?
Just because how does a project get late? One day at a time.
Actually, they just like they did it. Actually, they were like pivoting on what they wanted as their application or what their idea was.
Well, they were pivoting on what their idea was. Their application hasn't changed in months.
Okay.
I mean, they've added like another screen or so or something like that. But I mean, we still got to give them their MVP, which we haven't done yet.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, so Rashawn, remember we had talked about like this quarterly thing in the founders room? We still haven't figured out when that's gonna be, right? So Robert's saying he's gonna be there December 27th.
Yeah.
I'm coming there on the 28th.
I see.
What, you're going through the 28th?
Well, I'm leaving Cali the 28th to be there.
Oh, I thought you were leaving that day. Yeah, I'll be there like the 27th through 30th.
Through the 30th.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, yo, why not stay and at least be there on the 31st of the first? Well, maybe I don't know how. What's your schedule
Um,
like? I
I
mean,
don't
it
know.
is New
Whatever
Year's.
my.
It is New Year's, Robert.
All right, I'll have to see.
Wait,
Whatever my
I mean,
parents.
you're not legal drinking age yet, though, right?
No.
We don't tell nobody. We
I
have
won't, dude. If I do, I won't.
Man, come on, man. That guy can't even vote yet.
Hey, people, this is a recorded meeting right here.
Yeah, I'm just messing around. Yeah, no worries. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Well, me, I just gotta find. I have to go through these Kinsplay paperwork and just file them during the week. Have everybody sign them. Pretty
Hey,
much.
Lizzie, when is good timing for you?
Lizzie's not in the chat anymore.
Huh?
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyways, we should schedule something for the time. I'm up there because George or Jonathan will be up there too, so it'll definitely be a good time to meet up. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
yeah, I'm available
Other,
whenever up there, so just let me know.
what about yourself, Rashawn? What's your MIA?
Well, like I said, it's really to focus on finishing up. Well, what we didn't talk about was Sensible. We have to talk with interactive brokers and have to do a bunch of stuff there for Philip's project, and that is probably going to take up a good chunk of my daytime and in the evening to finish up things on the API, so we can have these holiday releases down pat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Maybe we'll take a minute and see if Lizzie can get on, and if not, we'll continue on and
Sure, sure.
wrap up from there.
So
Okay.
on the 13th, or I mean the 7th, there's a sneakers release of the CP313s. Those are really good releases to test on, so maybe we can shoot to have sneakers connected by Illuminati by then. That'd be great.
Sneakers, CP313s. Okay.
Yeah.
And Jonathan, speaking of Illuminati, did you get the I sent you an invoice. There should be another invoice coming through as soon as today. If you can, I'll probably forward that over to you. Just make sure that we have that. Make sure we stay in contact to have that paid for by the 15th.
Okay, by the 15th of November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Oh,
really.
oh yeah, I just want to inform. I have to have my invoice for like LATG for Living the Gray. I'll send that later today. It was 10 hours or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Rashawn.
Yes,
If we're
sir.
paying so much for that, we should really jump on that soon. 'Cause we're paying thousands a month. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're paying a good chunk of money for sure.
how many gigabytes do we have a month?
40, I think.
Yeah. I mean, goodness, we've had it for like 2, 3 months. Haven't used any of
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we're using it more and more by the week, so that's always good. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, maybe shoot for the 7th to be done with Illuminati integration into sneakers. In fact, I've been playing with Illuminati myself through Curl. It's not that bad. There's like you can I figured out the sessions and stuff. It's really easy, bro. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it took like 5 minutes.
Well, they said it would be pretty easy.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like pretty much what I was doing like a set interval, and I'd be firing off requests to some tele geo endpoint. It would tell me like the geolocation, all this information, and I was like getting IPs like in my hometown. It was pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
that's
can specify the location. You can filter it out.
wow.
It's amazing, dude. And like, so Nike, they have like New York raffles, and they only allowed New York IPs. And I can guarantee you, there's not really many New York IPs floating around for sale. You know? It's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
powerful.
Exactly. That's why we want to keep that. That's why we want to keep that fairly to ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, Rashawn, Lizzie's back in. You had a question to ask her.
Hey, Lizzie.
Yes.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, I got for some reason I was like, I can't hear anybody, and then it just kicked me off. But
You
What's
know,
up?
those Black Easy boots are going for $3,000 plus now, Robert. Are you serious? Hello?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Okay. Yeah, Lizzie, we're talking about our MIAs, which one you were talking about wrapping up with Robin and that good stuff. One thing that I need that I need from whoever is in the group to figure out how to reformat a Mac a, a MacBook Pro with OS X on it because I've had Lizzie's computer for like a week and I just haven't even really touched it and I got to reformat it and I'd rather just give it to somebody to do it or just send me a link on how to clean it off and make it brand new again.
Hmm.
That would be great because if you guys would leave it up to me to do it, it'll sit there for another week.
You basically just need to wipe it. Like,
Yeah, there's some.
Snugs. There's a helper inside. Is the computer at the store at the office?
No, it's at my place. I'll have to bring it in if anything.
Yeah.
But if you can
There's
send
a.
a link would be great to at least start off with.
Oh, my computer's dead. I just switched over to my phone. But there's a helper with Mac when it comes to any type of reformatting of any hard drive. But I'll send it to you later if you can't find it yourself, I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, the problem is that the main account um, is that the main account is yeah they've given because Hannah had a new computer. She's gone and Lizzie's gonna have it indefinitely, and I just the only way I can access it is through a guest account. I just told them and I figure it out, and need to figure out how to get inside of the thing when like
are you having like issues with not being able to like log into the original?
yes.
Oh, I have a link for that because that's how I had to get into my MacBook.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's I'll send it over. I actually saved it because remember when I first reopened my MacBook after like 5 years of having it and couldn't remember my password?
Right.
So I had to go in and do that, and it worked and got me into create a new password.
Right. Got
So
it.
I have that and a link for how to reformat if you want me to send it over.
Yes, all of that stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Rashawn.
Yes, sir.
So I heard you talk about the Easy Boost. My mic was off, but anyways, like the market value is like $600 to $800, but they're like bricks. They're not really selling, so like nobody is really
Got it.
buying them.
Got it.
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting. So.
Hey,
Yo,
I'm
can
checking
like
the bill out. By the way, it's sick. It's like their
I
price is
know.
really good.
Yeah, Rashawn, we really got to hop on this offer because like, what if they find another developer? So like, I'm thinking that we can maybe. How do you want to do this, bro? What's
I
the
don't
best
know.
way to approach this company?
I don't know. We could talk about that offline. I would say start up a channel called Drew Villa. Add Evan to it. Um, yeah, add Evan and Zach. Actually, I just spoke to Zach just yesterday. Add Evan and Zach to the room, and they can at least be a sounding board for how to approach with marketing. And then
Yeah,
add Robert and I to the group, Jonathan.
yeah, because like we can get their PR and marketing email, but like I don't know really what to do with it. I think I should hand that off to you guys. You have more experience with this kind of stuff, so it's
All
all
right.
about like giving the right approach.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Thanks, Lizzie.
No problem.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
yeah, I want to say everybody, yeah, great work so far at keeping the boat afloat. Just we have to keep in mind of what projects are like when we'd like to sunset projects and always keep our eye out on any new opportunities out there. Want to keep in mind we're all contractors, so that means that people don't tell us what to do. We tell them what the solutions are, and either they want it or they don't, and or else we'll just be stuck there twiddling our thumbs, or you can just go work 9 to 5 and just be an employee. But I'd say great work with everyone, and just like keep your eyes open too. and opportunities that we can work on and stuff like that, I would say, don't feel wrong like going and trolling. I don't know some. I don't know about Elance or whatever there are, but there's a whole bunch of different job sites and such. I always keep my eyes on. Jonathan, maybe you can sort of curate a list of that. I think you still have some connections from back in the day of the places we used to go to find some contract work and stuff like on a month-to-month basis or whatever. Because we always have to keep that in the pipeline too, so we can stay fed.
Yeah.
And I mean that's all I got. I think we should just let everybody go around and say any last parting words.
No, man. Yeah, everything's all good now. It seems like everybody's on the same page and working hard. That's all that matters.
Exactly, I agree.
And
I'm
if you
really
guys are
pleased with
enjoying what
progress.
you guys are doing too, that's where it's at.
Hey, Rashawn.
Yes,
Rashawn.
sir.
Can you stay on like for a minute or two after we go off air? I want to say a few words to you.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, good progress, guys. I'm really happy with this. So, good
Yeah.
work. Keep it up.
Yeah, make sure, Jonathan, can you just make sure everybody's hours are taken care of, or at least round all of those up too?
Yeah, I'll round them up.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys.
All right. Noel, want to say goodbyes?
Yeah, sorry for the last two meetings or retros for not being able to be um available. But everything's going forward. Everything is moving positively, except for the fact that I was a little tardy on the hot or not app. Back on that. Other than that, everything's moving forward. Seeing progress in everybody, and that's great to see that everybody's busy and productive. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would say definitely especially to you and Lizzie, is that the only reason why I'm really making that sort of nudge to you all is that just we have to be cautious and realistic about like the sort of projects that we're working on, like Live in the Gray and with Robin's project, that those are I mean they're client projects, but those are client projects that I'm funding myself out of my home pocket. So we want to just really be cautious about that because it can be easy to like if the client drags their feet, we get poorer pretty much in the long run. So while that being said, we should also be knowing that those projects are being paid for internally, and also seeing how we can go and find more because we're all pretty smart. I mean, there's 5 people on this call that are pretty damn smart, and it's like if we can't go and figure out ways that we can eat on projects, then I mean, we're pretty much just fuckboys and girls. And that I know we're not. So there's that.
Now
Um,
there's no Meek Mills in here.
but we're right. Lizzie, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah. Basically, nice chatting with you guys. Same thing. Noelle said I've been kind of MIA because with these last couple retrospects, but I definitely think we have a lot going on, and I'm happy about that. Don't worry, wedding invites won't be sent out for another 2 years or so.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
still
I had to call that out. Apologies. Apologies.
Congratulations, nonetheless, Lizzie, for real.
Congratulations. Can we all give a
Thanks.
clap to that? Can we all give a clap to that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. But yeah, Justin said we have a lot more priorities than getting married right away.
Yeah, but he's not
Oh, of
stupid.
course, of course.
He's not stupid. He knows what he wants, so that's good.
Exactly. So maybe we'll be celebrating a new house and an engagement next time I see you guys in New York.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
well.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when is your time schedule looking like? Because it seems like people start rolling in towards the end of December. But when's good timing for you, Lizzie? Maybe like when do you see over the next, I guess, 3 months of your life to spend a weekend in New York?
Well, we're pretty flexible with the exception of like holidays, but other than that, I think when we finally everything's kind of settled down and So whenever you guys are all free, I mean, we're perfectly fine with that.
Awesome.
So Jonathan, you can get cracking on starting to plan that if you want.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice. All right. Well, I mean, it was nice talking to you guys.
For
Yeah,
sure.
happy Sunday, you all. This is probably the best retrospective we had thus far. That's pretty good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good.
All right. Peace, guys.
All right, later. Happy
Bye.
Sunday. Bye.
All right.